Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. Thanks for tuning in. I got an ace tanker in my Panther 8.8 Tier 8 Premium German medium tank. Top tier in a 357. We're here on Mannheim line, and I've headed down to the south. Based on what I see the enemy has, I'm going to push very aggressively up forward here. Try to trap these guys up top and start shooting them in the side. I noticed that IKV went in and spotted and let me know that there was nobody already down on the ramp, so I get hyper aggressive and move forward. You know, this is an interesting game. I'm top tier, so I should do well. Come up here and I find this T150. When the game was over, I took a look at the skill levels of the KV4 and some of these other players, and this team was definitely handicapped. They were sub 50%, but worse than that is they were very low experience, as in a couple thousand battles kind of experience. So you'd expect that. I absolutely abused this poor KV4 who probably has no real good idea what's going on, and you'll see what I mean here in a minute. The 01, I just pushed 2 and I go through that armor, and he's got the stock turret, so he's trying to learn the game, and he's getting picked. His stock turret's just getting picked apart. I make a mistake here and try to go to the side of the turret. I say, you know what, I don't need to expose myself that much to this guy. I'm going to go ahead and go after that top little hatch right there on that stock turret. There's a couple guys, the JP and the M12, sort of expecting to get hammered by the M12 at any moment, but he is lit, so I don't think he lasts too long. I'm just farming this poor new player right here. You know, it gets into the whole skill-based matchmaking and how do you make the games fair when they're not, and that kind of thing. For me, when this kind of thing happened to me, it just made me a little mad, obviously, but it made me more interested in getting better at the game and trying to figure it out. For some people, it doesn't necessarily do that. It just makes them mad or makes them feel like it's unfair and they need to. I get hit by the super over there. Things are going my way when you just snap a shot and pin the front of the super. That's just a good RNG day for you right there if that happens. Who knows if that one pinned? I don't know. That would be pretty funny. I'm up to 2,000 damage, but back to the skill-based thing and new players. And I understand that for a lot of them, it just makes them feel like, you know, why even stick around for this game when it's going to be like that? I'll be honest, I don't know what the answer is. Is it skill-based matchmaking? I tend to say no. I've probably been on that side of the argument for a long time. But I do understand the motivations for it. So that's important when they're having the discussions on this kind of thing. The motivations are important. So how do you remove the problems of the motivations? I'll be honest, I don't know. To a large extent, I would say it is on the player, not on the company. The company does need to provide a balanced game, as balanced as they can. No game is going to be perfectly balanced. And as fair as they can, but not necessarily fair in outcome, but fair in opportunity. And this is the big falling down point for a lot of people when they start talking about skill-based thing or fairness, that kind of deal. Is what they really are talking about is they want equality in outcome, and they're not as interested in equality of chance or opportunity. There's a lot of caveats about that without getting political or going into any of that kind of socioeconomic kind of thing. But as far as the game goes, I do understand the motivations of people. If you're trying to play a game and enjoy it and you're getting wrecked constantly by people who are much better than you for all the reasons they're better than you, then it becomes a less interesting game and you may end up leaving the game. But at the same time, if the company says, all right, all certain skill levels will play against each other at all times, then that can be frustrating as well, because you're always in that match. You never have that chance to feel like you're a tank dominating, that kind of thing. So it is a double-edged sword. You may say, well, Guido, I mean, why would you want to play a game where you're just driving around killing everything in sight? Well, I don't want to all the time, obviously. But I also enjoy the challenge of, if I find someone or a situation, find someone who's better than me or a situation I don't know how to handle in this game, it's interesting to me to try to figure out how to handle it, right? And then at my level, how to teach people how to handle it, which is what I've been trying to do with the channel. Double-edged sword, double-edged sword. 3,166 damage, I'm up to 5 kills, trying to get shots in on this Oni. I figure if he gets a side shot on me, it's going to hurt and potentially completely take me out if he's running the derp. So initially I'm thinking, well, I'll go after the Cromwell. Nope, he dies. And I come back up here. Maybe I can get the kill for the Top Gun on the Oni. One shot on him, all right, good. I might have a chance. No, somebody else got him, so down he goes. But 5 kills, 3,408 damage. I guess we'll have to look on the results that I throw up next, see if I actually got another pin on that blind shot. I don't think I did. 477 spotting, and really kind of a raffle stomp on a low skill team. Bottom line for the skill-based thing for me, as long as the matchmaker is as even as can be, so we don't have big tier mismatches, we don't have heavy tank mismatches. That's a whole other subject. The 357 and everything. I'm just going to in general say, as long as matchmaker is relatively fair, then I'm okay with all skill levels being on a team. I don't like the ladder system where it's certain skill levels play each other. I would maybe support making sure that there wasn't a complete overmatch on whatever metric it is you want to use. That's another subject as well. And having that spread about 2 teams. That would be kind of difficult to do. It's maybe not necessarily the best answer, but at this point in the game with so many new guys, I don't know. Maybe that's one thing you can look at. I don't really support it, but I am willing to say that it's something that could be looked at. So that things like this, where I absolutely abuse some poor brand new 1100 battle guy, which I didn't know until after since I don't run XVM, don't happen as much. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your support, and as always, we will see you.